The pizza farm trend shows no signs of slowing down. Joining us to navigate this new summer phenomenon is food and dining editor from Minneapolis-St. magazine, Stephanie March, who's right here. We're getting her mic'd up. Okay, so this is something I actually heard people talking about recently when I was taking a yoga class. They were all about the pizza farm.
Right.
For people that may be unfamiliar with what it is, why don't you explain what a pizza farm is?
What is a pizza farm? Are they actually growing pizza on the farm? It's a little bit of kind of a misnomer. But what it is, you know, some of the farms in the area have really figured out that an interesting way of involving the public in, you know, everybody's interested in the farmers and everything else. Well, what they've decided is a lot of them have these brick ovens built on their land or they build them up in their barns. And what they do is they sort of host the public in for a pizza night. And what that means is that they'll, for one night a week or maybe over the weekend or something, they'll take, you know, produce from the farm, you know, the freshly grown herbs, maybe some of the meats,
basil,
you know,
and
and all that good stuff, tomatoes, and even like, you know, some lamb or some, you know, if they're raising cattle or anything like that. And they'll use those ingredients and make you a farm fresh pizza. So it's kind of exciting.
Okay, so how should you plan your pizza farm night?
Okay, well, see, some of the farms are really farms. You know, I mean, they're very rustic, and you have to understand that they want you to, they're not a restaurant, right? So you have to pack in, you have to bring all of your stuff. You bring your chairs, a blanket, make a picnic out of it, and you want to bring cups and, you know, everything else. And it's a very big pack in, pack out mentality. Don't leave any garbage, nothing. So be prepared to bring a bag for, you know, plates, and also they will usually have beverages for sale, but you might want to bring some cups for that too.
Okay, so you got to bring some cups. And you have picked out what you think are some of the better pizza farms out there, so we want to see the list. Tell us about them.
Yes, well, we have some of the great ones. A lot of them are in Wisconsin. You know what I mean? It is kind of a drive. So the first one we were talking about is the A to Z Pizza, which is in Stockholm, Wisconsin. And they're called A to Z Produce Farm. They also have a bakery. They've been baking breads in their oven, which is super smart. But these guys are ones that for sure are the pack it in, pack it out. And they get so busy. It's only on Tuesday nights, and it's in Stockholm, Wisconsin. And they get so busy in August, sometimes there's a 2-hour wait for your pizza.
On a Tuesday night?
On a Tuesday night.
That's what's crazy.
Because it's gorgeous there. If you go there, you set up your blanket, you put your pizza order in, and then you walk around and you look at the animals and you like hang out on the farm. People are playing with guitars. They're all having all sorts of fun there. It's like a pizza commune, basically.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And what's another one?
Okay, another one is if you want to say something a little bit closer, there's something called Two Pony Gardens. And those guys are actually in the metro. They're in the Long Lake area. They're a tomato and dahlia farm. And you can go out to their cute little farm in Long Lake, which is like 20 minutes outside the metro, if that.
That's easy.
Yeah, but the problem with these guys is that it is a smaller farm. It is the same thing where you want to pack in and pack out. But you have to, you know, get on their mailing list. They only have 3 pizza nights this year. But they have puppet shows, they have tractor rides, they have all sorts of stuff. So if you don't get on the list this year, try for next year.
Okay, the other one is Nesbitt Nursery and Orchards.
Yes, and this one is right outside of Prescott, and this is more of an orchard. You know what I mean? So this is kind of, you know how the fun we have in the orchards in, you know, in the fall? Well, they're doing Wednesday night pie night at this little orchard right outside of Prescott, and they have like a bluegrass band, they've got a spruce maze, they've got all sorts of fun stuff for the kids.
They've got pie.
Indoor bathrooms. And you don't have to bring anything. You can just go. And they have pizza pie and regular pie, too.
Yum, yum. I'll do anything for pie. Okay, Stone Barn in Nelson.
Stone Barns is actually just outside of Prescott as well, just over the river. And they're wonderful because this is a great farm that has taken a barn that was built in like 1865 and actually turned it into a full-fledged sort of an eatery. So it's like a restaurant. They have a little bar area, and it's this gorgeous old barn, and they put out some of the greatest pizzas. Their pizzas are so lovely and fresh with their herbs, and they use from farms in the area, the local ingredients. That's one of my favorites because it's yummy.
Okay. I think it's worth planning an entire day over.
Yeah, you pack up the kids, you know, and maybe make the trip and plan ahead for traffic and stuff, but it's a great drive, too, through the river valley.
Beautiful. So. Stephanie March, another great idea from Stephanie from Minneapolis-St. magazine. Thanks for being here this morning.